Hey Eagle fans, thanks for joining us for another episode of Sports Talk with Georgianne, your number one spot for pregame chit-chat. I'm Jannah Bowles.
And I'm Kevin Gregan. This week we're going to talk about the matchup between the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga Mocs versus the Georgia Southern University Eagles.
Yes, Kevin, both teams are coming off of a win. Georgia Southern coming off of a win against their Furman foe, 38-17. And the Chattanooga Mocs are coming off of a win against Samford. What can we expect from both of these teams now that they're on a winning streak and they've got some momentum going?
Okay, well, as we all know, Georgia Southern is on a winning streak. But another important thing to know is that Chattanooga has gone on fire so far in the last few games.
Okay.
They're 3-0 against their last SoCon teams, so we can look for them to be a challenge. Georgia Southern can look for them to be a challenge.
Okay.
Also, it's Chattanooga's homecoming, so they're going to have a lot of fans in support. I know Georgia Southern will probably also have a lot of fans. Last week against Furman, the Georgia Southern fans were actually louder than the Furman fans. So it's going to be an interesting environment over there in Chattanooga.
Okay. Alrighty then, well, let's jump into it a little bit. Let's talk about the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga's offense. What can we expect from this offense that's been winning so much?
Okay, their offense has been led by freshman quarterback Jacob Huseman.
Okay.
He leads the team in both rushing and passing, and he's actually the head coach's son.
Okay.
So they have an interesting relationship. We've seen that kind of relationship a lot. It happens a lot within football, especially with coaches. They love to have their kids as the quarterback.
The star quarterback.
Star quarterback. So we can look for that, for those two to kind of try to run the game against the Georgia Southern Eagles. Head coach Huseman, looks to run a lot of trick plays and keep defense on their toes. How about the Georgia Southern offense, Jannah?
The Georgia Southern offense has been doing really good so far this season, especially last game against the Furman Paladins. They have actually opened up and embraced their passing game now, which I'm very glad they do, because I don't think teams can get very far just sticking to the run game. They do need to open up and, go to the air a lot more. Jarek McKinnon started off the game. EZUU got in a little bit at the end of the second quarter, and he only spent a couple of minutes into the game. But Jarek McKinnon was the leading quarterback, and he started off with a 75-yard touchdown pass to receiver Zach Walker, and that really hushed the Furman
Furman Paladins.
The Furman Paladins, yes. Also, Dominique Swope, he's going for his 9th straight game with a rushing touchdown. So Dominique Swope has been doing really well also.
Yeah, he's on fire. So far this season, he has 12 touchdowns, which is a career high in a season. Last season, he only scored 7 touchdowns, so he's doing a lot better this year. He's on fire, and he's getting the Georgia Southern offense in a good rhythm.
Okay, great. What can we expect from the GSU defense?
GSU defense, they have been playing extremely well the last few weeks. Head coach Jeff Munkin has been happy with their performances, and he really hopes that he told me he's looking for them to continue doing well, especially against Chattanooga, who likes to control the ball.
Okay.
So they're also looking for Brent Russell to have a big game. He's actually half a sack away from breaking the GSU career sacks record, which is a pretty big deal. And
isn't he also nursing an injury?
Yeah, he's been injured. He's been taking a little light in practice. However, Munkin expects him to be ready for the game on Saturday.
Okay.
So what about the UTC defense? I hear they're pretty similar to Georgia Southern's.
Yeah, they're pretty similar. They're a pretty solid defense. Everyone on the line does pretty well and make sure their assignments get done. They're actually the unique thing about this team is that they are pretty good at forcing turnovers. They really like to get their hands in there and try to swipe the ball away from any offensive player they get their hands on. And they have averaged 6 more turnovers than their offense has their offense has produced. So they're really good at forcing the turnovers, and I think the GSU offense has a real problem on their hands with this UTC defense.
Yeah, they're going to literally run into a tough rushing defense that only gives up around 100 yards per game. Mm-hmm. So the Eagles have their work cut out for them.
Right. All right, you guys. Well, that's it for all the technical stuff. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be back with Anthony Saylor, who has our weather forecast for our Chattanooga area. Stay tuned. Hi, guys. We're back, and I'm sitting here with Anthony Saylor, who has our weekend forecast.
Yeah, there's going to be a front moving through the area of Chattanooga, so it's going to give us increased chances for showers during our morning tailgate. So let's take a look at our tailgate forecast. In the morning hours, we'll expect to see those rain chances around this time, so expect to be under an umbrella or a tent during the morning. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 50s. In the afternoon, rain chances start to go down, but those clouds still stay in the area for the remainder of the day, and temperatures will be in the lower 60s. Now let's take a look at the game forecast. Those clouds will continue to be in the area with a bit of breeze during the entire game, giving us mostly cloudy conditions. Temperatures stay in the lower 60s, then into the upper 50s by the end of the game. So expect some showers in the morning, but should clear out, but it's going to be mostly cloudy.
Okay, great. I do not want to be under an umbrella during the game.
You won't be, so you're good.
Okay, great. Well, thanks, guys, for joining us for another episode. Please make sure you check us out on Twitter at the Georgian Sport and online for our post-game articles. So look out for those at thegeorgian.com. And I'm Jannah Bowles for Kevin Gregan.
And I'm Anthony Saylor.
We'll see you next week.